So where's my fucking keys? Where is my keys? Aye, what you do? Oh, look at that! You dropped your club card, you fanny. What the hell's going on here? Get a key in the bloody door. Is that your one? Yeah, it is. It's got my name on it, so it must be. Unless there's another L. Ferguson floating around. There can't be. The clan. Well, I suppose I changed clans, didn't I? Well, yeah, I suppose life's like that, innit? You make decisions, whether they're right or wrong. I would say the name thing, the Macbeth thing was a wee bit more tricky. It sounds vain saying. I feel vain telling you this, but that's why like your film stars and celebrities, they have to change their names. And it's because unless their name's John Wayne, but my name isn't John Wayne, right? So therefore I need to change it to something, to John Wayne, right? If it wasn't John Wayne, but it isn't John Wayne. So like the old Macbeth, there's too many connotations with it, the name. And I'm sorry if I'm being a bit of a traitor towards the clan, but you lot fucked me over anyway, didn't you? So there was that as well. It was partly that. That's why I did it, really. I changed it. But I've always been a Fergie anyway. I was known as I'm a Fergie. And it was said in vain a lot, but that's not my problem, that was their problem. But back to that, right? Sometimes if you're arguing with somebody, right, so that's reminding me of my sister, right? A woman arguing with me about, she said there's zero, you're not allowed to drink any alcohol. And what she meant, and I misunderstood her, was that she was talking in units, but I was talking in alcohol, I was talking in milligrams. So what she really means is you can't go to a pub and buy a drink. Because like a drink contains... I'm playing devil's advocate for an argument that doesn't really matter. So the drink, there's not a drink you can buy that is, you know, the unit. So she was right in what she was saying, in that you can't buy a drink at a pub if you're driving, an alcoholic drink, which is entirely wrong. She's not right, because, you know, there is, as far as I understand, low alcohol drinks. Are they not? Don't you get some like very small amounts of alcohol? So what I'm talking is milligrams. I'm talking alcohol. How much alcohol? I'm not talking units. So units, so she was wrong in the argument, unless of course she'd stated, if she'd said you're allowed 0 units of alcohol from the argument, then I would have known what she was talking about. So also it says a lot about her that she couldn't concede that, because I conceded that she was right about the units, but she couldn't concede. So that's when we got into art. So that tells you something about her. So there, let's get back to my sister. My sister was a nightmare, is a nightmare. And you can't, well, she's not even my sister, fuck her, who cares? But it's trying to get involved in any sort of talk about anything. And it also reminds me, it's been mainly women from my past. You don't give them the time of day, people like that, unless you find a decent woman. Don't fucking bother, you're wasting your time. So the thing is, they're sitting there arguing, and then we started going on about dinghies and everything, and how they're not getting anything and all the rest of it. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, you know, I'm very, very comfortable in my life, you know, and so are they. When they're going on fucking cruises and all sorts of shit, and they're on benefits, going on cruises and going to, you know, they've got mobility cars, and you know, it's like I understand, I agree with them. You know, I agree with them. They shouldn't have. I don't want uncontrolled immigration. I agree with that. But their grievance, and it's quite a good one, was that there's nobody local getting these new houses they're building. it's all foreigners and people no for here or wherever it is they live. So they're right with that. So, but really to get an in-depth discussion with that, we've got uncontrolled immigration, and so she was on about all the tablets and phones and designer gear and how they don't have to pay anything, they get let off with everything. She's right, that is true, that is what's happening. So that's us indigenous people getting fucked over by politicians is what it is, right? That's a fact, you know. That's what's happening, so let's call it an end to this conversation. Bye.